Good evening, one and all. Welcome to round 5 of the oNiD Cup Sprint Series here at Wunderbar. Ja, nein, the Nurburgring. I'm not going to do that again, I'm sorry.
We've talked about this.
We did talk about this, Ben. Wait your turn, hold on. As we are starting qualifying here at the legendary German circuit, Lamborghini and Porsche Cup cars all battling it out in this first qualifying session for the first of two 20-minute sprint races this evening. And alongside me in the comms box, Q, Ben, Q, it's you!
Oh, already slightly cringing. Yes, I'm here. We're here to watch these brilliant cars making their way around the Nurburgring Grand Prix course. They've got the fast GT chicane for them to sling the cars through, and probably someone to sling up the inside of another car on. It's going to be a great night's racing. It's fast, it's flowing, and it's great fun in any car.
Absolutely, could not have said that better myself. As it stands, people just starting their flying laps now. First car out on track ahead of anyone else will be a Lambo of Ben Holmes, front runner in Lambo class at it stands. Good performance from him last week as well. And we'll see if he can capitalise on getting a good starting position with being the first car out on the track. Show qualifying for this race. Next race we'll see qualifying split between the two classes, and then hopefully be able to get a really good idea of where everyone stands. I know big track here, they shouldn't really experience problems of cars wanting to unlap each other. Technically, as we said all season, they're both the same class of cars, but the Porsche can be just that little bit quicker given the right circumstance.
Yeah, although I'm wondering here if it's going to be advantage Lambo. There's a lot of Lambo's shown more straight line speed, and there is a lot of straight line round here for full throttle blasting of that big engine in the back of the Lambo.
Well, first laps are on the board. Dave Wood currently in pole position from Holmes and then Cheetle in the Porsche, 1.9 seconds off the pace of the Lamborghini. Hearn though gets it up into P3, but then is immediately pipped again because Aidan Carter has now set the fastest lap time, 157.5. The Lambos aren't too far away.
No, I mean the it might be an equal course. There's a lot of twisty stuff at the start of the lap for the Porsches to enjoy, and then once they get into the second half of the lap, it's a lot of straight line speed running. That last sector where you're blasting up from bit curve through to the chicane at Vidal is just all straight line speed.
Absolutely, Dave Wood still on pole from Lambo, so first laps are pretty much over. Woods has a big clump of Lamborghinis that have yet to be split up by the potential faster Porsche cars. So I think we'll just hang fire for a second and see what happens. I say that Timotech slots into 8th with a lap of 58.9.
I think we could get a good mix. The Porsche is very nimble through the arena section.
Scott Pips Timotech to 8th as well, so that's 8th and 9th for the Porsche.
It's always been the arena section is the part of the track I don't like. It's short and really have to be tight into the corners. It's short, it's slow, and it just doesn't flow as well as the rest of the track. But if you've got the right car through it, a good nimble car, it can be a place where you can make up a lot of time, or lose it in my case usually.
Yeah, absolutely. Not the second part of that comment. You're a fantastic driver, Ben, obviously.
I'm really not.
No, you're not. I'm just adding salt to the wood, it's fine.
Honesty is its own reward. I keep telling myself that while crying slightly.
Wow, that's the way to liven up the stream, Ben.
Just to add context for our viewers, I have one win on SGP. It was a class win, and it's because every other car in the class retired. So I know exactly what where I stand in terms of my racecraft, racing ability.
It's quite humorous. That is quite funny.
Oh yeah, it's great. I'm not complaining. It counts, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. As about 3 minutes ago, qualifying, Kingston is your current pole sitter, but watch out for Ben Holmes. Purple sectors him so far.
Ben can find a lot of time in that Lamborghini.
He can indeed. He is currently trading times with someone else out on the track, potentially. I believe it's Angela Scott in 13th, also matching times.
Took a big chunk of the chicane at the Schumacher S's there. I'm not sure whether it will probably have slowed him down. I don't know whether it's done enough to knock him out of contention. Has he invalidated?
It's invalidated, yeah. So this lap for him is absolute no-go, and indeed he is down his time. He's up on his time though, and he's running purple. It's a car just behind him of Dave Wood in that livery.
It's that amazing livery.
We have got the pink cars everywhere in most of our leagues. Everyone's wearing pink for some reason, and my eyesight is suffering because of it.
I've got to say, that's not what people usually mean when they talk about a unicorn car, is it?
No. Well, Dave Wood up to 3rd. Lost time in the last sector, sadly, and Aidan Carter, though, for Go For The Gap Racing, is still purple. Half a second up on his time, which is definitely good enough to beat Kingston's time. We'll come across the line. It's a 1:57.1.
Still a lot of Lamborghinis up at the top end of the field there. It's a very mixed up grid.
I know
this is technically a 2-class race, but they're so close on performance.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, for a moment there, Ben Holmes was doing purple sectors going through the first sector. He's still set to improve, but not enough to catch P1, sadly.
I think in some ways, the only thing that's prevented an outright Lambo win is they're being more cautious and thinking, no, I'm racing within my own class. Yeah. Because we've seen Lambos running at the front quite comfortably.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think the Porsche is the stronger car overall. It's got the heritage in that Porsche car, the amount of development it's had into it over the years. Yeah, there's only so much you can do against that.
No, absolutely.
And it's a great car.
What's incredible then, Kovacs 170 is now followed on Twitch channel.
That's awesome.
Thank you very much.
We like it when people follow.
Thanks for dropping by. And as we are down to the final 20 seconds of qualifying at the minute, Ben Holmes has invalidated, so he might be able to get to line for one more lap. Meanwhile,
Very tight.
It'll be very tight. 10 seconds to go across the front. Yeah, he's got time to get to line. It's fine. Or will he? 4, 3. Yeah, he started another lap.
Yep, just.
Yeah. However, checker flag is now out. Aidan Carter, your pole sitter, looks to be involved. We could be seeing a 1:56 from him as they come across the line.
You can see him closing up on the other Porsche in front there, using the draft to help himself along.
Indeed, but the car behind directly. It's going to be a very close lap, and it is extremely close. Kingston and Carter separated by half a tenth.
0.04 of a second there. You've got to love it. You love it when it's this close. We'll just hope the racing stays that close as well.
Yeah, I've still got cars on laps at the minute. Ben Holmes, purple sector. And I think so that's actually in relation to technically his own class of car. So this is good enough for 4th place at the minute if you can get up there. I spoke
no, we need to run it wide.
Absolutely, I spoke
a little too deep.
Oh, there's a bump from Dave Wood, and he was on the lap as well, going purple as well.
Oh, no, Dave Wood's already still on class pole, so unless with Holmes invalidating, that's put him in the top. That's put him in the top spot for the Lambos.
Absolutely. One last card coming across the line is Jan Vlacker.
Yeah, don't worry, Kovacs. We have a very international community, but we can barely speak English. Never mind any other language.
Huzzah! In it, bruv. We now go.
You're from Luton, so you know.
Luton. I'm from Luton, innit? Can't speak in Luton. As we now go to the grid.
Can't play football either, but you know.
Wow. You made it to the Premier League. Thank you very much, sir. We may not be staying there after this year, but we have made it. We will do your quick grid rundown as we go back to the starting order. Aidan Carter in the 1st place. In 2nd is Kingston. 3rd, Hearn. Good to see Daniel Hand back up there. Dave Wood in 4th, pole sitter for the Lamborghinis. 5th and 2nd in the Lambos is Paul Prescott. 6th place overall, 4th in class for the Porsches is Angela Scott. Otto Harkin in 7th, but 3rd in the Lambos. Alexander Ortegren 8th, Simon Harris 9th. Ben Holmes 10th, sadly could not improve on his final lap. Dixon in 11th. Timitech in 12th, so 2 Pulse Sim Sport drivers down 11th and 12th. That's unusual to see him in the midfield. 13th, Sven Fischer, Stevie Bain. Oh, dear God, Stevie Bain.
Deep fried Porsche.
The deep fried Porsche in 14th. Martin Busek in 15th. Matty Sachs 16th. Jan Wacker 17th. Dan Stevens 18th. Peter Kurzica 19th. I hope I said that right. Marek Cheeto 20th. Darren Eaton 21st. And bring up the back of the grid, Alessandro Valentino 22nd and Ray Cove in 23rd.
Yeah, once again, Peter Caselli just left you a guide in his team name of what to do in this situation.
Oh yes, I do remember. I remember. Dear Lord, not a popular NA game, sadly. All the NA boys doing iRacing now. So who's NA?
Yeah, North America. Yeah, iRacing is very rooted in North America.
Oh yes,
it's their prime audience. So yeah, it's fair. It's what what they do. Can't afford it myself, so we stick to a Assetto Corsa and ACC around here.
Yes, indeed. We've got money, we've got time. Right. We will be seeing a short formation lap as they all go around the final turn and get on to the start-finish straight. First 20-minute race, or 2 20-minute races this evening. As they come across the start-finish straight, we'll see the green flag, and they are away. Aidan Carter leads them off down into turn 1, but Kingston along the outside gets a good run. Very poor start from Aidan Carter and go from Gap Racing. They're going to go 3 wide. Daniel Hern's going to try and make this a bit of a 3-way into the first turn. Carter gets ahead on the braking. Lambo's up the inside of Daniel Hern. Slight contact, they get away with it. Down into turn 2 they go.
Very well held from Carter there. It's the last of the late breakers into that drop. The curve drops away from you on that turn 1 of the Nurburgring. He held it, stuck to the line and was able to keep himself ahead there.
Very good start from everyone. No one dropping down the order big time. I think they are training positions. But there has been a noted accident between Angela Scott and Paul Prescott. Contact potentially between the two, but they are keeping going. And we will have a quick look at that after the first lap once everything has calmed down.
Yep, coming down to the next big danger zone now of the hairpin. So we'll see if everyone gets through here in one piece.
Busek sadly dropping down the order. Looks like he's been involved in an incident. Drops to about 5 places down to 13th. And is still continuing to drop after having Miles Dixon overtaken the 14th. Everyone else still going strong. Oh, massive moment there from Kingston.
Yeah,
goes wide and cuts over it. He's found a wall.
Hard on the brakes, holding his position there, but he's going to watch that second place slip away.
All the way down to 21st, sadly.
Tell you what we haven't mentioned, her name is very out of position. Miles Dixon down in 14th.
I know, I saw that as well. Well, he's now up into 12th. So he's made a couple of positions, fighting away with Martin Busek and Lamborghini. Up the inside of the final chicane. It's very deep, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And makes contact!
Oh dear, yeah, bit over ambitious from the Lamborghini there. Trying to recover and elects the Pulse Porsche. I don't think Miles is going to be a very happy boy about that.
No, I don't think so either. I think he's going to get
well, he did decide to drift the last corner, which is something of its own statement there.
Well, absolutely. I think definitely be happy with that. He drops to 19th after that contact. And everyone's now starting to calm down a little bit, find their pace, find their gap and get their heads down. 17.5 minutes to go. As we see Aidan Carter 0.7 of a second ahead of Daniel Hern now in seconds. So we'll see if that battle brews up a bit of entertainment for us. It's Carter in the background, that's Darren Eaton.
Yeah. Oh dear, I think he's just nudged the barrier and bounced back there, so he can try and get himself back on track.
Let's see a replay and see what happened to Darren.
I think he just lit up the throttle out of the corner there. Your P2 starter, well, not P2 starter, but was in P2, had a bit of incident of his own going through Schumacher S's, gets on the inside curb and just pushes his right foot down a bit too quickly. Yeah, Porsches are very twitchy, very little traction control under them.
Stevie Bain fighting away with Busek. I think Busek's either potentially got past, Busek's going back.
He's got a lot of straight line speed as Busek. He's looking very aggressive in that Lamborghini.
He is indeed. There is a battle, however, a bit further down the order. We'll stick with this. Oh, that's a lot of curb on the Scotsman.
Yeah. Stevie clattering over the curbs of the final chicane there.
And Kingston back there as well, on the tail of Quito. They were fighting away for a very brief moment. Daniel Hern, though, has closed the gap 0.3 of a second. So is now the lead.
Now these two, Hern and Carter, are very high up in the championship, I believe. I'd normally check the standings before we start, but I was a little bit lax this evening. Bear with me. Have a quick look.
My stats, goddammit, man. I need my stats, man.
Standings, Porsche Cup. Yeah, Daniel Hern, 2 places ahead of, just 20 points ahead of Carter going into this race. Dixon is looking to be the big loser in the, well, Dixon and Kingston both looking to be the big losers in the championship this evening. Miles only 5 points ahead of Daniel Hern, who I suspect is looking to reclaim the championship lead this evening.
Yes. shall we just quickly touch base with a couple of incidents from the first lap. Car number 1, Paul
let's.
As we go back to the first opening lap, got himself a bit of a contact here on the track. If the replay's going to work, there's a Lambo somewhat on the inside. I think they just make a brief touch, a brief bit of contact. Oh, there it is, there.
Yeah, nothing. It's just that was Angela Scott there. I think just a slight touch from front right to left rear there, but they both gotten away with it. So
that was a very clean lap 1, really. We saw the accident from Darren Easton, sadly. That was caught live on film, but apart from that, it was a very, very clean start for everyone.
Scott continued to take a lot of curb and carry a lot of speed into that chicane. Oh, big slide though. So
it's going to put people on his tail, and there's a car already alongside him.
Saved it, but he's going to have to give up the place to Vischer there.
Yeah, he's going to have to. Oh, Vischer comes across him a little bit.
Yeah, that's a bit of a squeeze. It's
a bit of a squeeze, and they go side by side in turn 1, and I think
Scotty holds it. Yeah,
he does indeed. Gets to drive
unsettled the car. Unsettled the car when that corner drops away from you. That Porsche looking very squirrely under Stevie there.
It is indeed. I love this camera view when you've got cars chasing each other. There's a car, there's a slide in the background there. That was Matty Sack on a massive slide.
I think all the Porsche drivers are starting to get a bit punchy with their right foot. You can see them lighting it up, fishtailing the rear, and having to recover before they can proceed.
Yeah, he gets away with it for now. However, there's another battle happening on the field. That is.
Where is there not? Dixon on Sack, a couple of places back.
Yeah, I was about to say.
And this is a little gaggle of cars that Miles is going to have to work his way through to try and do damage limitation for his championship.
Absolutely. Stevie Baines dropping down the order for some reason. He's made a mistake on the exit of Schumacher S's. Lost a lot of momentum, has dropped a couple of places.
Slots back into this battle we're already looking at.
Yeah, it's very
handy.
It's a
4-way, nearly a 6-way fight. For must be what, 12th position?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, left.
Oh, that's a very late braking there. That was Matty Sack. And sadly, what has become a 6-way has now become a 5-way.
Yeah, it's getting attritional. Matty dropping himself out of this battle.
Oh, massive moment for Stevie though. He's in a loose position there to Miles.
Yeah.
Very wide on exit from the final turn.
Jacob Hyde in chat, some of the best sounding cars in ACC. They are good.
Oh,
Stevie's round. I think that might have been a netcode moment.
Potentially, or just lighting up on his own accord.
It's the temptation to use that inside apex on turn 1 here.
Yeah.
And the corner drops out from under you.
Absolutely.
And once you do it, you suddenly find yourself on 3 wheels.
It's really wide though. That's very much a concern. Past couple of corners really using way too much of the exit and really unsettling the car.
Yeah, you can see it getting so bouncy underneath him.
Yeah. Gets away with it for now. So he's sort of... Oh, I say that, he's sliding through the hairpin.
Yeah. I think he did that one deliberately.
No track limits for him, Paul 3001, absolutely not. Oh, yeah. You know,
he knows he's doing it, and every time he does, he ends up losing a place.
Exactly.
So you'd think he'd stop.
It's like, Stevie, stop it. Quit it. Right, we are gonna...
Stevie is quite an aggressive driver at the best of times, but I think he's pushing it a bit too far with this car.
Yeah.
It doesn't like running over those exit curbs.
Not at all. The lead battle, though, has closed up. Hearn keeping Aidan Carter honest for now, just past the halfway mark of the race. So 9 minutes and 50 seconds ago. That's a massive moment for Aidan Carter.
Yeah.
Oh, saved it. Lucky,
Saves
lucky,
it.
lucky.
Just widen the corner slightly to make sure he could get the grip down, but keeps it in place and keeps himself ahead of Hearn there. Dan was just content to sit in that draft behind him, isn't it? And hope for him to make a mistake.
I think, quoting the words of our all hail our Lord and Saviour, Johnny Ash, trying to do the mind pump.
Yes, that's one way of putting it. Using the force.
Using the force. Yeah. Filling up the, what we mean by that, folks, if you don't get that gag, is filling up your windscreen, filling up your opponent's mirrors on the car might be just as powerful as trying to make the move itself. Yeah.
You can see it there and it distracts you.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like if you're driving your road car and you're automatically looking at the rear mirror and you see someone very close, usually a BMW driver, very close behind you. It's and it unsettles you. It makes you so you're paying more attention to that guy behind.
Yeah, absolutely.
And do it often enough, and someone will miss an apex like that.
Oh, there you go.
And Dan Hearn on the outside, going up to the chicane.
It's not going to work, Dan. You know it.
Not this time.
To yield, he does.
But it's making Aiden think.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Aiden's still having the defence and definitely making me think. As Daniel holds fire for now.
Yeah. Not quite close enough to try down into turn 1. Better on the brakes.
He is, absolutely is. Aiden going to floor it again? No. It's a more calmed method of applying the power.
It's like Dan unsettled it very slightly, but not enough to really drop him back. He seems to have the pace advantage over Aiden at this point.
He's just biding his time.
Dan is a Porsche boy. He does a lot of driving in these cars in GT3 spec, so he knows how they handle, he knows how they feel.
Absolutely, and we'll just jump back further down the order because Jan Wacker, lovely midfield battles happening. We'll keep an eye on the lead battle just to be sure that if something does happen, we'll jump right back to it. Jan Wacker side by side with Alex Kingston through the S's, through the small S's.
Down the outside for the arena section. Alex trying to recover him from that lap 1 off.
He's still trying to put his nose up the inside of the corner. It might work out for him.
Doesn't touch. It's so close between these guys. He did have a close encounter with a barrier earlier, so it's probably not the best handling, but yeah, both in through and Alex through there. Great move up the inside the hairpin.
Give both drivers them enough space to drive the circuit. Not rushing to bump into each other. It's a hard thing to do around Nurburgring, but these two guys make it look easy.
Could not fit a cigarette paper between them as they went through there.
Absolutely. I'm going to jump a bit further up the order because Mr. Dan Hearn himself, is now closer than ever. Oh, he's compromised himself over the final
about
turn.
It there. But he's close enough that he's going to keep the draft. Going to try down into turn 1?
Maybe.
No, I don't think he is. I don't think he's going to be close enough this time.
He's putting his car...
He closes up so much under the brakes.
He makes the corner as well.
Little twitch of the front end there, but holds it together.
Insane.
Yeah.
Just keeping honest.
He's so much shorter on the brakes than Aiden is.
Yeah, defence is excellent, and that previous battle there, Kovacs, I could not agree with you more. And this defending here and keeping, keeping your head in the clear as well, keeping your eyes ahead. For Aiden Carter, I think is also a good example of defending and just being consistent and not bowing out to the pressure.
He knows where to put the car, but Dan is very, very harassing in the rear view mirror there. He's going to be right on the top of Aiden throughout the rest of the lap, and it's just going to take one moment.
No, absolutely. He's a jump on board. You can see the striding on the left side of the screen from Daniel. Looks so incredibly smooth.
Very little soaring of the wheel there. You can see the reverb from the force feedback on it, but nothing, no big movements. He's not having to correct.
No, not at all.
I don't think he's going to be close enough for a look into the top chicane this time.
Sadly not.
He's going to close up. Aiden taking a lot of curb in front of him.
Does indeed. It's just going to be a move into turn 1 potentially. I think Dan's still just a little bit too far back.
Yeah.
4 minutes to go, folks. Carter leads away from Hearn and Scott. Wood, Holmes, Prescott and Harkonnen. 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th. So Scar 2nd, 3rd and 4th in the Lambo class. And the top 3 for the Porsche class are as it stands.
Tell you what, the Lambos are having a blinder of a night as well.
Exactly.
It's like, of the top 7, 4 of them are Lambos.
Yeah.
And Dave Wood very much on top there. The championship leader for that class by quite some distance at this point.
Absolutely.
So he's gaining points over his immediate competitor in Ben Holmes. So he's looking to settle that one very much as early as he can.
Absolutely. Speaking of inter-car battles, Kingston and Busak still can't separate each other, and the Porsche gets extremely close under the brakes. And Busak now may have to defend for his life here, going down into the hairpin.
You can see the Lambo with the straight line advantage start to pull away there, but as soon as it gets under the brakes, Kingston's closing right back up on him. This is damage control for Kingston. He's trying to make his way back through the field.
He is indeed, bless him. Can't quite make it work. Oh, that's a move up the inside.
That's a big lunge up through the Kumo curve and bit curve.
Indeed, I think the Lambo himself went a little bit deep though, Martin Busak.
Yeah.
And that's cost him. And now the
Yeah,
Porsche
Alex is going to be outside of this little kink, but it'll be on the inside for the far chicane. Oh, maybe not.
Maybe not.
The Lambo slides across the front of him there.
Says that nose, I'm going to chop it if I'm not careful, and indeed he did. That puts Fred Fisher in the background into contention for this battle as well. 2 minutes to go.
There's a big fight going on here. I've got a feeling that Dan Hearn might have decided discretion is the better part of valour and is settling for second. She's backed off to about half a second there.
Hasn't really. Teletech and Harris have trading positions. Knights and 10th have exchanged hands. A bit further up from this battle. So Dixon 11th. That's something you don't see every day.
Yeah.
Pulse
No,
Sport.
not at all.
Pulse Sport outside the top 10.
Right. I actually lost the main pictures there for a moment.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. It's alright, I still had it on the repeater on Twitch. So that's...
For you, as do you have pictures now? You all good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Really
I'm good.
Okay, that's good. As Busak holding off with 3 Porsches behind him. A valiant defence, or what is technically the slower car in this race tonight.
Straight line grunt on that Lambo is just fantastic.
It's the straight line speed that's helping him.
And with that long back straight, uphill back straight, which will take away the downforce level of the Porsche as well, it's going to just be advantage Lambo.
Yeah.
It'll just pull enough of a gap to prevent the Porsche slinging itself up the inside.
How the official call-out leader is on the last lap. Hearn 0.6 of a second behind Carter. I don't think that's going to change anytime soon, sadly. I think Hearn may be thinking he's going to hang fire and solidify second place.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the smart thing to do. He's going to take the championship lead back.
Yeah.
So he doesn't want to go up sling it up the inside, knock them both off into the gravel. and lose out on that championship change.
No, absolutely. Do you have a yellow flag? Car 66. Oh, that's a interesting move up the outside.
Yeah, Kingston. I think that was Kingston trying to be last to the late breakers there, trying to use that brake advantage in the Porsche to get alongside the Lambo, but just unable to control it once it was there, carrying too much speed into the inside of the outside of the car there.
Yeah, sadly so, and you'll not be able to gain anything by doing that. Right, let's check in with the leaders. They'll be coming up to the end of their laps, where we'll go through the Schumacher S's. Now we follow the race leader Aidan Carter on the last the last half of the last lap. That made sense, didn't it? Yeah,
absolutely.
Just about. They've come through the S's, gone out the stadium section, and they'll go down. So one fast right-hand turn here.
For Hatzenbeck-Bogen, that's that little kink in the road that you take flat and...
Oh, yellow flag for Paul Prescott. So Prescott in the last lap, 6th to 9th, but then
someone else
Simon Harris has had it off as well. So Simon Harris comes a cropper, but we'll say congratulations to Carter. Race win for the first race here, round 5. Daniel Hearn takes a very honourable second, and Angela Scott comes across the line in P3. Wood is 4th, Holmes 5th. Harkonnen will come across the line for 6th in about another 7 seconds time. Further down the field though, there are still battles happening. Timitech and Dixon come across side by side, and they were battling for the best of the whole SimSport drivers.
Timitech just clear of Dixon there. That's going to be bragging rights in that camp tonight, isn't it? It's like,
absolutely.
That's I finished first ahead of you there, Miles. You noticed that, did you?
Yeah, you noticed that. Oh my god. I was the fastest SimSport driver. Like, oh my god. And that is everyone that's crossed the line, and only 2 cars to wait. Ferrantino and Eaton to cross the line, and I believe Eaton's in the pit lane, so that will count them as a race finisher, but sadly down in 23rd. Your finishing order: Carter, Hearn, Scott, top 3 Porsches, Wood, Holmes, Harkonnen, top 3 Lambos. First to the 6th in that order. 7th, Autogren, 8th, Prescott, Timitech 9th, Dixon 10th, Harris 11th, Busek 12th, Sen Fisher 13th, Wacker 14th, Kingston 15th, Bain 16th, 17th, Cove 18th, Cheetor 19th, Pitor 20th, Alessandro Ferrantino 21st, 22nd is Dan Stevens, and last place from what was a P2 running after and during the first lap, Darren Eaton, sadly all the way down in 23rd.
Excellent race there from Carter. Great battles up and down. Those top 2 keeping each other honest and pushing all the way to the line there, and they get to do it all over again.
Indeed, we wait for the second qualifying to kick off. We will though, however, something a little bit different for the second qualifying for the second 20-minute race. Cars will be split, so we will see cars, the Porsches and the Lambos, get individual 5-minute stints on the track.
Yeah, I believe the Lambos have first dibs this week, and Porsches coming out at the 5-minute mark, and they're not allowed to queue in the pit lane, which is a interesting piece of the rules. They have to wait in their pit box until that 5-minute call.
As we do go back to live pictures, just waiting for the server to kick herself over into the qualifying session, and we'll see, as Ben mentioned, Lambos go out first, and then the Porsches will leave the pit boxes bang on 5 minutes. No cheeky queuing in the pit lane, and we will then see these cars have a right old battle within their classes to definitely see who has bragging rights. Still waiting for the server. This is an awkward moment of just ugh. Oh, we'll definitely see if this driver, Dave Wood, can improve. That livery though, we see it in the pits.
It's amazing. I will not hear a thing against it. Lamborghini Newport Beach, that's amazing.
Dave
always coming through with the liveries. It's
He
just
is,
fantastic.
absolutely. I just don't know what to make of it. That's what it's at.
It's like I said, it's not what you usually expect when you hear unicorn car, but we'll go with it.
Oh, absolutely. I must admit, I am in love with the Pulse Sim Sport. I love their livery.
It is a great livery.
It's so fierce, isn't it? Look at that.
It fits all of their. You can put that livery on any car and it will look good.
Yeah.
Which is what you want from a team livery.
Indeed it is. As we're trying to find things to talk about as we wait for the session to turn over.
Yeah.
Oh, dear Lord. Do we go and try and get a cheeky driver interview?
I don't know, they all tend to run away when we try and get them.
I know, it's really rude, isn't it? They're probably listening to stream and they're now going to accept us coming.
Yeah, you'll just see everyone drop out of the chat now. That server has ticked. There we go.
Indeed ticked. I think they've been saved by the server changing over to the qualifying session.
I think I did see 5 people leave the voice chat the instant we said driver interview there.
Driver interviews? Oh my god. Oh no.
It's like, nope.
But I'm out. I was about to swear on stream, but I wasn't. It's fine. Bleep the shit out of that. Oh, I swore on stream. Wow. That's demonetization there. Oh well. As
Lamborghini's out on track.
Yeah, Dave's out on track now. The Lambos. Dave, Ben, Paul, all kind of nose to tail. Well, I say nose to tail. But and there's by the
Ben takes out every cone he can there.
Yeah, Buzz Lightyear and Woody we're under one of those, matey. You just murdered Toy Story. How dare you, Ben Holmes? How dare you? Please tell me
it's
someone
not swearing, it was praying. Okay. We'll say Wood already pulling away.
He is.
Lining himself up. It's not a lot of time. It's near a 2-minute lap round here for both cars.
So it will be pretty much maybe 2 laps, essentially.
Yeah, I mean 2-minute out lap, and then you've got 2 minutes to run on your... you'll be starting your second fly as the Porsches are coming out on their out lap.
Yeah, and you know, as long as you cross the line with 5 minutes and 1 second to go, you're absolutely fine to start another lap.
Free to take that time.
Yeah.
But Dave Woods clearly doesn't want to wait. He wants to get out on these fresh tyres, get the laps in.
Absolutely, as we see pink Lamborghini. I never thought a Lamborghini would look good in pink, but hey ho, I have been proved completely wrong.
There used to be a Lamborghini that was doing the rounds in Liverpool as a marketing exercise. It was bright pink with Pamela Anderson on the top of it.
Oh god!
For some women's fashion brand, it was horrifying.
Oh dear! Just oh dear. As Wood will start his lap. Looks to be okay so far. Sector times. We'll see what his first sector time is coming up to timing being. Well, I say that, it doesn't actually show when timing up, which is slightly annoying. Can't see what his relative is either, because we have nothing to go have reference to at the minute, but...
swinging it through the first S's there. Looks very planted. He's not using any curb. He's making sure he's staying off. Goes through the Dunlop hairpin there, up towards the Schumacher S. It is a fast chicane, this one, but not so fast you can take it flat. If you try, it will spit you hard onto that curb on the left-hand side.
Yes, indeed. In the GT3s, you can get away with a little lift, but you do have to brake in these cars for the entry.
Yeah, scrubs the speed off for Kimura curb, and then it's the fast downhill, then uphill run. Goes through...
There's a turn there, but I think these cars completely disregard it.
Absolutely flat through Hatzenbecks, and then dropping the speed like a rock into the Vidal chicane there. Comes out, gets it in nicely for the hairpin, late apex. Straightens up very early there to get this power down.
157.1.
That's putting the time on the board.
That's Pretty decent. Sadly, Ben Holmes is validated, so he'll have to go again and try not to invalidate his second flying lap. Also Harkonnen second. That's a good lap from him. 154. Well, I say that 157.7. It is a good lap, but Dave Wood's just done a heck of a lot better than him.
Dave Wood's looking peerless today.
Absolutely flying. We've seen the Porsches do 157 once. That was the pole lap for the Porsche last time out.
Dave's setting his stall out early with a clear track in front of him.
No, absolutely. And as it stands, he's going purple. So he's set to improve if he keeps the pace up. Are we gonna see him pop in a 156? Potentially. Meanwhile, the Porsches are a go.
Straight out on track. So any Lamborghini who hasn't already started their lap will have to come straight back to the pits now.
Absolutely, they will do indeed. The Porsches, as I said, are out. And we will jump back with Dave Wood. As he's going to come across the line, we'll go back to the Porsches in a moment once we've seen all the Lambos finish their laps. But we have had Lamborghinis who have invalidated their first laps. Holmes, Prescott, Busek's in the pits, so that's his qualifying over, unable to set a time.
Yeah. Let's have a look at anyone else not risking it. Lot of curb there from Dave. I don't think he was quite enough to invalidate, but he took a lot of the inside curb there.
He did, but it's not invalidated. The lap is still valid. He's still purple. This may be an improvement as he comes to the line. 157.0.
Oh, so close.
Right. Also
great time from Dave.
Also, Harkonnen can get us up into third with a lap he's just going across the line.
Ben Holmes has managed to get a time on the board in the 500 car there.
Oh, he did indeed.
It's 6/10 off, and he's gone back to pits now, so that is his session over.
And I believe one more lap to come from the Lambos, and that is Ferentino. He is set a time good enough for 9th, and that is all the Lambos all sorted. Martin Busek, sadly, will start pretty much.
Stevie Baines staying in the pits.
Oh, exactly right. First car on track for the Porsches. It's car 525. Marek Cheetah will be the first Porsche to start their flying lap.
So what, they're not going to feel happy about that cone that David has left in the middle of the track there.
No, it's not. It's like a banana skin, isn't it? You know, they're going to run over it.
Cheetah just starting his lap now.
Indeed, so these are the first flying laps. Behind him is car 94, which I believe car 94 is Dixon. Also just started a lap, and then behind him Autogren, Timotech have also started laps, so we will keep an eye on the times to see if there will be any improvements. So far, 2.7 down on David's competition time.
You know, we've got in the chat. We've got Leighton Austin in the chat.
Ah!
The third Pulse driver.
Good evening, sir.
Is Hearn still sandbagging? If he is, he's not doing a very good job of it, frankly, because he finished second in the last race.
Absolutely. If he is sandbagging, I will be very surprised. Now, bear in mind, folks, these Porsches do not have traction control, do not have the stability of what the Lambos have under traction. So we'll be watching out for these guys lighting up the rears as they put their foot down. We saw it in the race, and especially when these cars are light, they do tend to be tail happy, so it's for the drivers to manage. So far though, no one, absolutely no one, if my timing app is correct, is near the pole time.
This is intriguing. We've got all the top guys are out on track at the moment, so Hearn, Eaton, Kingston, Scott, Carter, Dixon, all of them are there.
Yeah.
So until they get those times in, but that is a very good time from Dan Wood, and without the time to settle in to a rhythm, it's going to be difficult for these Porsches to get near it.
Let's have a look. What is Cheetor going to do as he comes to the line? 159.
Oof.
Miles Dixon, though, does go second.
Racing with 2 tenths, and he's going to get another lap in.
Dixon's second. So good luck from Miles Dixon, puts him second overall. We are seeing times coming from the Porsches. Carter goes into second now, and that is it for Cheetle. He's had enough. Angela Scott comes across the line. 900th of a second to Wood.
Oh.
I think Wood is quivering his boots a little bit because at this rate he actually might stay on par.
I don't know. I think he's quite happy because there's currently a lot of Porsches between him and Ben Holmes down in 7th.
So far, Dixon though is on starting his second lap and is some purple sectors. So is Aidan Carter, and Dixon and Carter basically trading purple sectors at the minute.
Absolutely no prizes for this championship, coach, other than the pride of having won a championship.
Well, fake internet points. Come on.
Yes.
Angela Scott has sadly invalidated return to the pits. They will not improve their lap time. They are second so far, but I have a feeling Dixon may be taking the pole up away from Dave Wood if he can keep it clean. Can't see any other...
Hard on the brakes there.
Can't see any other purple improvements as of yet. Oh, Aidan Carter's just gone purple as well. Directly behind Miles. Just a couple of corners behind this car we're following at the moment.
They're all pushing hard to try and get... There's not too many of the drivers still on track.
No, not at all.
So we've seen a few Porsches who've abandoned their... Oh, bit twitchy from there and from Miles through the chicane.
Has found time though, now half a second up. This will be 56. It will be a 56. It comes across the line. It's a 56.7.
That's putting the stall out right there.
Yeah, and Autogren goes into 4th. Aidan Carter though, up into 2nd, pushes forward down to 3rd.
Wood's watching himself getting... I'll tell you what, Dan Hearn only able to manage 10th this race.
Oh God, yeah, Daniel Hearn. Our P2 from last race. 10th on the grid. This one-shot qualifying. Really mixing up the order.
He has struggled a bit in qualifying for the second race so far this season. It's just not... He needs that... Seems to need that bit of time to get himself into the rhythm.
Absolutely, as Jan Wacker comes across the line to finish off qualifying, he will go 18th. And that is that for the second qualifying session of the day for what is race 2. And we will go and have our driver rundown of the grid for the second 20-minute race this evening of round 5 here of the Sprint Cup Championship at Nurburgring. Your pole sitter Miles Dixon, pole sim sport, followed by Aidan Carter, go for the gap racing. Dave Wood, P3 in that pink Lamborghini, pole sitter for the Lambo class. Angela Scott, P4. Autogren 5th. And Otso Harkonnen in the P6, P2 for the Lambo. Holmes in 7th. Ray Cove 8th. Harris 9th. And the outlier, the statistic that isn't quite correct, Daniel Hearn in P10. Let's see what he can do this race. P11 Stevie Bain. Dan Stevens in P12. Paul Prescott P13. Matty Sack P14th. Call me Peter in Peter in P15th. Timotech 16th. Sven Fisher in 17th, who wants to imitate a zebra. Jan Wacker in 18th. Merrick Cheetle in 19th. Alexander Valentino 20th. Darren Eaton 21st. Martin Busek in 22nd. And Alex Kingston lining up at final spot of the grid in 23rd place.
Also very out of place, Alex Kingston there.
Very place. Complete out of place. I say Daniel Hearn's an outlier. Kingston is just what? That's just, that's just a mistake. He shouldn't actually just be down there. That's just a mistake. Not an outlier.
Yeah, definitely some bold liveries on the go here, as Matt Bowman puts it in chat.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. Right, these guys will get going for a short formation lap. Only a couple of corners before they see start going. Oh, Dixon's stopping.
Oh,
Why is
what's
Dixon?
happened to Dixon?
Dixon, what are you doing?
That's I'm not sure what happened there.
Neither was I, as we all await. Let's go to Helicam for the start. Rod, Wolf, NL. Yes, it will be a very interesting battle between the two classes. Nothing really separating at this racetrack. And we will wait for the green light.
A lot of guys looking like they're not quite where they need to be there.
Well, they do.
In terms of placing.
They get going nonetheless. Dixon will lead them away with a Lambo, that pink Lambo, making contact with the Porsche.
Dave Wood going 3 wide into turn 1.
As a move up the inside for another Porsche.
Hangs it round the outside.
I think they're getting away with it so far. Leaders are starting to break away a little bit.
Yeah, they were banging doors a bit with Angela Scott there, but Scotty, I think, backing out slightly, just saying, no, I'm not taking these risks at 30 seconds into the race.
We have cars side by side going through what is turn 4 and 5. We all head down, and they're taking out the cones again. Can you not? Buzz and Willie were trying to have us the road, guys. I mean, come on.
Don't you know the marshals have to put those back afterwards?
I know.
Tell you what, Stevie Bain making a move there.
I know, saw that. That's a great move from Stephen Bain.
On Hearn.
Yeah, on Hearn. Hearn dropping to 11th. Not making any ground in the first lap. In the background, Matusak and Yannick Timotech. Timotech down in 14th. He has lost out.
It's actually the other way round, Bloodruff. The Lambo's showing more straight line speed, and the Porsche is showing more lateral grip in the corners.
Absolutely right. Let's jump back to some normal TV cameras now. Simon Harris now going to look up the inside. Ben Holmes gets squeezed a little bit. Ben runs it wide.
It's going to be on the outside for the chicane. It's going to swing across and try a last-minute lunge. Thinks better of it. Both of them taking a lot of that inside curve.
Absolutely, and up ahead, Ortegren making a move on Harkonnen, and that move's done. And again, that's Porsche versus Lambo. And these cars, you know, they're supposed to be different classes, but they're still fighting out for what is literally the same positions. Harkonnen are now getting back past Ortegren for 5th place. In the background, there's some cars making moves. Leave the Bollard alone, Ortegren in turn 1. How dare you? I've got to put that back in a minute.
Yeah, you can tell them that it's different classes, but when they look at the overall lap board, they're not going to care too much about that.
No, I don't think so, not in the slightest. Hearn now getting caught up in the train now.
Yeah, closing in on the back of Stevie Bain there, but if he tries to get out in position to make a move, it's got all those cars in front of him that are going to block his way back onto the racing line.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's having to play it safe and just wait for the field to spread a bit, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll see what we can do. He's going to try, and I think might just want to get stuck in and bide his time, basically. As you see Stevie Bain flagging up as a slow car. Definitely not a slow car, but might have just been compromised. We'll go alongside the Lamborghini of Ray Cove, though. Ray going to hold up the inside line. Stevie goes around the outside. The outside comes to the inside. He takes too much sand.
Yeah.
Manages to keep control of the car. No, he doesn't. I spoke too soon. Simon Harris is up as well. And
that's Stevie's usual 1 lap done then.
Yeah, Stevie Bain drops down the order, and I think Matty Sack was also caught up in it as well.
Yep, pushing a bit too hard in the early portion of the race, just trying to make those positions up, and very much come a cropper there. But that has freed up Dan Hearn to start trying to pick off these Lamborghinis.
Indeed it has. There's a car ahead of him. I think that was Ben Holmes taking a lot of curb, and he's fighting away with Alexander Ortegren. Oh, there's a bit of a touch on the exit as well. That sent Ortegren wobbling there on pit exit. Timotech has lost the place to Stevens, 12th and 13th, a bit further back from this battle. And as dropped down to 13th place. What's happening with Hearn? He's trying to make way through these Lambos. The Lambo goes wide there, and that goes down the inside line, down into turn 3.
Able to turn that much tighter in that nimble Porsche through those corners, and able to just keep it on the inside and turn through the arena section and get out and clean air ahead of that Lamborghini.
Daniel Hearn pushing through the order. 15 minutes to go, a quarter way through this race already. Final 20-minute race of the evening for the Sprint Cup Championship. Dixon leading the way to Carter, Wood, Scott, Harkin, Holmes, Autogren, Hearn, Cove and Harris, your current top 10.
We saw in the last race, Hearn is very confident on the brakes into the turns, and that's going to allow him to close up on Autogren in front.
Oh, yellow flag for Dave Woods. Gone wide. Has lost time to Aidan Carter, and I think he managed to recover out of Schumacher Estes. But there's contact with Andrew Scott.
Taps on the back of Scotty as he comes back onto track there.
Oh.
Just a little miscommunication between the two. I think Scotty ran slightly wide there as well, didn't she?
I think she did. Very lucky. We both get away with that.
Yeah,
but,
absolutely. But they're there, they're free, but that has put two Lamborghinis up behind Wood now.
Absolutely. Harkin and Holmes will be hunting him down for what is their class battle. I say that. Holmes is in the thick of it in a minute. Bit of a Harkin train forming as they come out in the final turn.
Yep, Ben needs to clear Harkin in front and then go afterwards, try and get some points back in this championship fight.
Absolutely, indeed he does. I'm just going to go with Paul Prescott and Simon Harris. Another Lambo battle as they go into turn 2. Pass is made potential on turn 1. Prescott getting the better of Harris, and Harris hasn't quite given up yet. As they go through turn 3 into turn 4.
Yep, Dixon and Carter are indeed checking out in the top. 2.5 seconds clear, but Carter right on the back of Dixon.
Oh, in the background, Timotech wanting to make a move past the Lamborghini onto turn 5 on the brakes inside line.
Close, little bit of a lead maybe, but not enough to really upsettle the car.
Just a lean, I think, can get away with a lean.
Yeah.
The Lambo though comes back at him, probably on the brakes up into the hairpin. No, Lambo thinks better of it.
Yeah, better brakes on the Porsche, just able to get that clear space into the hairpin and stay ahead. But this fast section now is going to be Lambo territory. So you've got to think Stevens has got to want to try and get that place back.
Indeed he does. Paul Simpson, well, on the brakes, that Lamborghini closes at a rate of knots. I say that, he gets very squirrely. And that is a place loss for Stevens. Busek now up into P13 at Stevens' expense. Absolutely,
just a little too much curb, a little too much power, and the Lamborghini twitching underneath Stevens then.
We're going to jump back up to... Sorry to interrupt, we're going to jump back up to Autogren Holmes and Daniel Hearn. Also now getting into this battle.
Looking left and right, trying to find a way around these two. He's going to try and make it 3 wide into turn 1, isn't he?
Oh, he backs out of it at the last minute.
He thought about it. He thought about that in a big way.
He's going to try and get it done on the Porsche though. Follow the Lambo through. And that is moved done. Very good racecraft there for Daniel Hearn.
Absolutely great move from Hearn there.
Sees the gap, squeezes the Porsche quite rightly onto the apex and gets the better line through the corner, gets the better drive through it.
Very confident in that Porsche. He just seems to be able to turn tighter than anyone else around him and keep the speed up.
He loves the GT3 Porsche. It's what he drives in, or he was driving in the multi-class championship a couple of seasons ago, and he's very much a Porsche boy. Dan.
Yeah, I think he's looking to try and make short work of Holmes here as well.
He closes up on Holmes in the braking zone.
Yeah, he's got to be careful. He's got to be careful because he may have taken the championship lead back in that first race, but Dixon is the man leading up in front now. He needs to consolidate and ensure that Dixon doesn't take all those points back on him.
Any points he can make. This is just damage limitation, I think, at this point. 10 minutes to go, he's going to struggle. He's going to put his nose up the inside. He's going to be going alongside. No, can't quite make it. Straight line Lambo pulls ahead. But under brakes, the Porsche is just so dominant.
Yeah. Off the closing speed there, and Holmes runs it wide.
It does indeed, and
that is Hearn through. Gets back in front of Altergren though.
Yeah, absolutely, and we have just had the official call halfway through the race. Hearn is only a second of Harkonnen, but Holmes is coming back at Hearn.
You know what else has changed?
What?
Carter's through into the lead.
When did that happen?
Just now it looked like Miles Dixon has been dethroned at the top of the race, and Carter is now out in front.
Well, let's have a bit of a long replay to see what happened here. Down into the fast right-hander, up into the final chicane. What prompted the lead change? I do wonder. Oh, that's what.
Just got very late on the brakes there from Dixon, and Carter able to take advantage.
That's what caused it, and you see. Does he come back at Aiden? He's going to try, and this is a replay for it, so we're just catching up on what's happened. I don't think Miles had another go into turn 1. No, I think Miles decided to stay put.
Just able to keep even creeping away now.
Yeah, we are now back
up to nearly half a second.
We are now back with live pictures. Half a second gap between Dixon and Carter, so go for the gap, and Pulse Sim Sport yet again up at the top of the tables, fighting it out for what is the race lead.
Yeah, very rare mistake from Miles there. Just a little too overconfident in the speed he could carry into the final chicane.
Chink in his armour, let's see. And we said that in the previous race, you know, the mentality of this, filling your opponent's wing mirrors full of car, you know, that could just be just as powerful as a weapon to use.
Absolutely.
To psych out your opponents.
If he just looked back at what Carter was doing at the wrong time and realised he'd missed his braking spot.
Well, Hearn was trying to get alongside through the last turn with also Harkonnen, but couldn't make it work. The driver of the Lambo gets him ahead. He's going to have a look up the inside of turn 1. He's going to think of it. On the brakes! Tries to slide up into the inside of the first turn, but can't make it work, sadly. Lambo drives around the outside of him.
Just couldn't get the power down off that turn when it drops away on him.
Absolutely. He's going to have another look up into turn 3.
Yeah, hugs the inside. He's been hugging that inside line for the entirety of the race, and the Lambo went just a touch wide, and that's Hearn up into P5 overall and P4 in class.
Indeed. Now, that's sort of Ben Holmes right on the tail of Otto Harkonnen, and he's going to be. Well, we have to start defending now more than trying to attack, because he's now got 2 cars behind him wanting to get last.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much further Hearn is going to be able to progress, to be honest. There's a big gap back from Wood in front.
Yeah, 4.5 seconds more or less.
Yeah, in 7 minutes, that's a big ask in these cars.
We'll see what we can do. You never know. Never say never.
Anything can happen.
Oh, Dave Wood. Ben Holmes, should I say, though. Very wide through the Schumacher S's. Gives Autogren a little...
See how hard Holmes is pushing.
And then Holmes is through. So Autogren's through. And Holmes loses out from running wide to Schumacher S's. He's loses so much momentum, and it just absolutely hits you in the gut when you have to then go up for the next couple of corners. You have to wait almost half a lap to get your momentum back up and get back up with the pack.
Absolutely. He's overdriving the car a touch. You can see he's just pushing too hard into the corners. He's running out of grip and running out of space. Just needs to settle down, consolidate, just deep breath, relax, and try and push forward.
Absolutely on board with Harkonnen. As you see the Lambo behind you, we're going to try and make up the... No, words failing me. had a bit of a brain meltdown, the possibility of a bit of a dive bomb there from Holmes, but thinks better of it. Hearn, no. Gap is now 3.5 seconds to Wood. Will we see a last lap battle if that gap continues to close the way it is? 4.5 last lap, 3.5 this lap.
Taking chunks out of Wood's time, though. I mean, Wood doesn't really need to do anything to defend at this point. He's leading class. Yes, overall positions are nice, but it's not what puts points on the board for him.
No, exactly.
So he can let Hearn go and not worry about it, but having Hearn there is a nice buffer back to Harkonnen.
Yeah, absolutely. Even though the gap is big, mentally you think.
Yeah, better to have a car there than not.
So we'll see this battle. I think will brew right until the end of the race. This Autogren, Holmes and Ray battle, the Ray Cove battle. Leader Adrian Carter has kind of about 0.6 of a second is the gap between first and second. So I think that's going to remain the same unless Aiden makes a mistake, which seems highly unlikely. With just under 4.5 minutes to go. Autogren having to defend now from Ben Holmes.
Holmes looking.
Oh, massive moment!
Just lost. Yeesh. Just a good place to stop there, Autogren.
Absolutely, he's quite careful about rejoining. Indeed, does rejoin in what is the safest manner possible. But
there's only so many places he could go there with a rejoin, wasn't there?
What happened to him there?
It looks like he just got on the curb and the car just went out from underneath him.
Yeah, on the outside, yeah.
That
was it.
He's hard on the brakes there and stops it, waits for the other cars to come past, which is always a horrible experience, but absolutely the right thing to do.
Absolutely, does the right thing, waited to rejoin and gets going in a very safe manner. So good on him for doing so. Timitech catching Harris, the Ben Holmes Ray Cove battle without the spun car of Autogren is now kind of calmed down. 2.6 seconds now for Daniel Hearn. 2 seconds. Oh no, still 2.5, 2.6 should I say for Daniel Hearn to Dave Wood. So the gap is closing.
Yeah, I think he might be able to close up on Wood. I'm not sure he's going to have enough time to actually make a move and get past.
No, sadly not. There's a car up ahead. Simon Harris going very slowly. Might have made a mistake there out of the Schumacher S's and gives Timitech a free position. Car 8 sadly has had a shunt. Alessandro Valentino down in 21st. Let's see what's happened to him. And just loses it and gets up on the curb on the hairpin.
One wheel gripping the other not, and it just turns the car around.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, battle for 11th, 10th.
All of them taking a lot of curb there out of the final chicane.
Oh, he is indeed. This is a nice little three-way battle happening, and we will see another 2 laps just about. The leader has gone into the penultimate lap.
Yeah, Carter holding off Miles there with a half a second gap between them.
All that gap has just come down to about 0.3 of a second between Carter and Dixon. This is
Dixon hoping to take that place back, perhaps, as they come into the fast section of the track.
Quite possibly. Down into the hairpin they go. The gap did go down
quite there yet.
The gap did go down to about 0.3 of a second with my live timing out for a very brief moment, so potentially a mistake made by Carter and maybe Dixon avoided.
Yeah, Dixon's still very much with Carter on his radar there. Looking left and right, trying to see spots he can make past. Angela Scott in the background, just keeping an eye on them. If these two come across, but she's going to be very true very much through into P1.
Lurking in the background.
Yeah, it's not often you see mistakes from these two.
We're all following for one more lap. This gap has closed dramatically.
Dixon very wide again.
Very late braking. That's going to cost him an opportunity.
Yeah, I think that's game over.
I think Aidan Carter now all has to do is bring it home. One more lap to go for sure. Absolutely, 20 seconds left on the clock.
Yep, second gap between them now.
The official call-out leader is on the final lap. Right, let's check in with Ben Holmes and Otto Harkin, third and second in the Lambo class. Cove sadly has dropped about 3.5 seconds behind this battle as Holmes gets very bumpy with Otto Harkin.
Yeah. I think I was just trying to turn through to make the corner there. Harkin maybe not quite as confident on the brakes, scrubbing off a lot of speed, and they just brought them into each other. You get that with close proximity racing, unfortunately, but
absolutely, Holmes.
They've maintained their places. Holmes didn't take advantage of it, so it's.
Absolutely.
Harkin won't feel very nice about it, but there'll be but there's not too much to complain about there.
Absolutely. Holmes trying to get past, and this is third place in Lambo, and Harkin's round!
Yeah. Such a difference in speed off the corner there.
That was absolutely. We will quickly get a replay of that for sure. Let's see what happened. Was there a nudge?
I think it was definitely a nudge.
Was there though? Was that just Otto spinning up his ride? It was close. I wasn't sure if it's a nudge though. We'll see what happens. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a nudge.
Yeah. There was definite contact there between the two cars, and I'm sure.
Yeah, I think Ben did start to slow with the intention of giving the. We don't tell drivers to give the position back in these series.
No, certainly.
Because you're making yourself a risk to other drivers on track. But I think Holmes did have that intention.
Well, leader has finished the race. Carter comes across the line to win. What is a second?
2 from 2.
Yeah, absolutely. Carter, Dixon, Scott, Wood, Hearn will come across the line for a recovery drive up to P5. Ray Cove, your second place winner of the Lambo class, with Dave Wood taking first in the Lambos, followed Holmes, Prescott, Harkin, Timothée, Harris, Kingston. Harris and Kingston come across the line with about 0.4 of them between each other. Stevie Bain has had an accident on the last lap, sadly. Has dropped a couple of positions.
Drifts the last turn just for splits and giggles there.
Splits and giggles. Stevie Bain 20th. Valentino
radio edit.
Exactly. Jan Wacker takes the flag with 22nd. The only other car that is not seen a checkered flag is Darren Eaton down in 21st. And indeed, that is the end of the race.
That was good racing, wasn't it?
That was. That was very enjoyable.
Great pair of races. Fantastic battling all the way through.
And breathe. Well, the Cup Sprint Series never fails to entertain, and indeed we have been treated with battles up and down the field between classes, and for the majority of it, some lovely clean racing from everyone involved, and yeah, we get to do it for one last time next week. One last time next week?
Look. Yeah, Watkins Glen at night. For our season finale.
Season finale next season, and next week, should I say, we'll round up the season at Watkins Glen. Championship standings all still fairly open between the Porsches and the Lambos. I don't think any of them has wrapped up. Any championship winners have wrapped up this race.
No, you need a 70-point gap to wrap up, and it's not quite that distant. So, I think Dave Wood will remain at the top of the Lamborghini standings.
Yeah.
But, I think Dan Hearn will still be at the top of the Porsche standings at the end of this. I think he took it back in race 1, and
yeah.
was just close enough to retain it in race 2.
So everything still to play for in the Porsche Cup cars and Lambo Cup car classes, but we'll whack them all onto one big track next week and let them fight around and decide who's going to be the championship winners. Will it be Hearn for the Porsche? Will it be Holmes for the Lambo? I do believe he's leading.
Wood for the Lambos.
Apologies. Will it be Wood for the Lambos? Come and tune in, same time, same place next week for the season finale of the Cup Sprint Series. Round 5 at Nurburgring comes to a close. Round 6 next week. We'll see you then. Take care, guys. All the best.